Hi and welcome. Let us go through the explanation to A Letter to God written by G.L. Pontus. The main idea of the story is it's a short story, A Letter to God by G.L. Pontus, which revolves around the idea of having unquestionable belief in something. He believed in God. The setting and the conflict. The story is set in Latin America. Lencho, the farmer who is the protagonist of the story, writes a letter to God seeking help from the Almighty after discovering his entire crop yield destroyed by the devastating hailstorm. The climax, although he wishes to get fulfilled partially, if not completely, he is ungrateful in the end and questions the honesty and modesty of the postmasters in the post who actually helped him with money anonymously in the name of God. The points which to remember, I have organized it in such a manner that the story continues and the points which will help us to write the character sketch can be gleaned through. Points for character sketch analysis. The story, A Letter to God by G.L. Pontus, depicts unwavering faith of a farmer in God. It begins with a farmer named Lencho expecting for a rain shower to nourish his field of corn. He is confident that his harvest is going to yield him huge profits just like it does every year. The misery or the problem is that to his utmost excitement rainfall begins, but soon it turns into a hailstorm, destroying the entire crop in the field. The damage posed a threat to the family's survival as the entire livelihood was dependent on the year's produce. The quality of the character that we can learn from the actions are, although disheartened, the family had robust belief in the Almighty. What does the character do in this case? Lencho, despite having worked day and night at the field, knew how to write and thus decided to write a letter to God, explaining his situation and asking for help. He went to town to post his letter addressed to God. What do others do to help the character? The letter, on being noticed by the postmaster, at first amused him, but then motivated him to do something for the farmer so as to keep his immense belief intact. He contributes from his salary and collects money from his colleagues and friends who willingly contributed for an act of charity. The cliché, the situational betrayal which lacks the original thought, that means he believed in God. To his dismay, he had only collected 70 pesos, which he wrapped in an envelope to make it seem like a reply from God. But the outcome was completely different in this case. What does the character think? On having found the letter, the writer Lencho is not at all shocked, but instead he gets angry on finding that the amount is less than what he had expected. He again writes a letter to God, conveying his disappointment and distrust in the employees of the post office, who he thought had stolen the remaining amount. Thank you.